a strategy to help you convert more auditions into wins. Also, a simple outline to help you get more voiceover clients. I'm Bill DeWeese. More on these coming up in just a moment. How's it going? Bill DeWeese here from voice-over-training.org with my weekly DeWeese Directives, performance and business marketing tips to help you progress and be more profitable in your voiceover career. So first of all, my performance tip for the week, and it's simply this. It is better and more effective to be rather than to sound. And there is a very distinct difference between sounding like something and being something. And it's that difference that can make all the difference in the world in converting auditions into actual wins. If you're finding it difficult to get wins in your auditions, maybe you're auditioning a lot, maybe you've auditioned many times, maybe hundreds of times, and you're not converting many, if any, of those auditions into wins, it may simply be, and it's simple to say, but in all honesty, not so simple to achieve. It certainly takes some guidance, direction, and a lot of practice. But going back to my early career, one of the things that I learned early on was that I initially began auditioning trying to sound excited, trying to sound happy, trying to sound urgent. Or fill in the blank, whatever the commercial or the script called for. I learned along the way that to win auditions, especially better jobs, higher paying jobs, it wasn't good enough to sound like something. I had to be whatever that script called for. So if it was let's say it's a commercial calling for an urgent read because it's a big sale that's this weekend only, it's not enough to sound urgent. I had to be urgent. I had to feel urgency. I had to get in touch with the idea of being urgent so that I wasn't trying to simply sound that way, but that it came from the very, center core of my being. If I want to win an audition in which the script needs to be an excited read, it's not good enough to sound excited. I had to be excited. And the wonderful thing is, once I began to be and to feel and to express those emotions in the script, that was when I began really winning more and more auditions. So that's your performance tip of the day. Now let's flip the coin, look at the business and marketing side of the coin. Last week, I touched base briefly on the idea of cold calling. And I said that cold calling is one of the most, if not the most powerful tool in your marketing tool belt. But let me give you some very specifics this week. I have a simple outline that I use that I want to share with you that will help you in making cold calls. And a cold call is simply calling a prospective client that you have no relationship with. Essentially, it is cold. It's out of the blue. It's you haven't warmed up to that person yet, or they haven't warmed up to you, I guess I should say. So a cold call, I have found it very effective to use the following outline. And here it is. First step. When you call your prospective client and someone answers the telephone, simply say this: I was hoping you could help me. May I speak with the person in charge of working with voice talent at your company? People tend to like to help other people. And so instead of trying to sell myself when I make a call, I simply ask for help and to be put in touch with the right person. My next step is when they connect me with that person, and by the way, don't be surprised if they say, yeah, sure, that's me. What can I do for you? I keep it very, very brief and to the point. Hello, my name is Bill, and I'm a voiceover talent. I was calling to see if you're currently accepting voiceover demos. So again, the key question here is, I'm calling to see if you're currently accepting voiceover demos. Now, when they say yes, because 9 times out of 10, they say yes. Rarely will they say no. Simply ask who you should direct your demo to, and whether it should be sent in the form of an MP3 file, or if they would prefer to have the link to your website sent. Because a lot of people don't want you to send files via email. They don't want to, they don't want to jam up their bandwidth or their inbox. So most, or at least many clients, like a link to your website. Finally ask, would you mind if I occasionally dropped you an email just to stay in touch? So you're casually asking for permission to stay in touch. This is really important because when they say yes, and again, they rarely say no to that question, politely thank them, finish the call. Don't hang around. At that point, you've accomplished your goal. They said they're accepting voiceover demos. You're going to get the voiceover demo to them. But if they say yes and they respond to you in a positive way, you add them to your database of warm leads. And these are the people that you will stay in touch with. My recommendation is at least 6 times during the course of the year, because most of these clients will not need you at that point in time. And the bad thing is, by the time they need you, whether it's next week, next year, they may and probably will have forgotten about you or will have lost your information. But if you stay in touch, and I know from experience, I've sent thousands of emails, and I've received many replies for repeat work from people who have replied specifically back to my marketing emails asking if I'm available to do projects. So that is my very simple outline for making a cold call. And once you do that once or twice, it will demystify, and you'll see how absolutely easy it is to do and how effective, how most importantly, it is effective in helping to build your voiceover business. An educational opportunity coming up that I wanted to inform you of. You may have heard of my voiceover fast track class. It's a small group class that I do once a month, 6 people. I do it virtually. We do it online. We can see and talk to each other. And it's a 4-week class that covers the foundational, the foundational elements of having a successful voiceover career. A lot of live interaction. I keep it small, so there's a lot of Q&A, individual attention. We do live reads so that I can give you feedback. My classes are filled up through this year, and my class is beginning to fill up for January. So if you have an interest and you would like to be a part of that class, I'd love to have you. Simply drop me an email at voiceoverexpert@gmail.com. voiceoverexpert@gmail.com. I'll send you all the information. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. I wish you great success in your voiceover career, and I'll talk to you real soon.